Hey, welcome back. Breaks don't usually feel like they last too long anyways, but anyways, I'm glad to be back already. I'm really, my head is here. I needed to unplug for a minute because I was short-circuiting. Sorry about that. They repeat a welcome, especially to Green, who got here right as I was shorting out, and then everyone went back and forth. I got a cream soda. I just ate a churro, and the dogs have their food, and we're good. Good. Thank you, boss. Did I say hi when you popped in before? Hi, by the way, if I missed you. I am pleasantly distracted by this game. It's really a good fit for right now. Very different kind of good fit for right now than we've had some streams that worked even with my recent madness. Phantom Pain worked pretty well. Nier was the perfect fit. That was giddy. This game isn't making me giddy like Nier. It's not like that. I'm not enamored of it the way I am of some games. Not yet anyways. But it is so open-ended. The possibilities for perhaps emergent gameplay isn't the right term, with everything being randomized and procedurally generated. It's not so much that the systems collide to make weird things happen. It's just that the vast potential for little variations on the mechanics are endless by design. They're endless.
Message Commander just came in over a secure channel.
Woo, and it's overwhelming, but mostly in a good way. C-Star, 31 months. Wow, thank you. Hey, I know that the numbers aren't always spot on, but we getting up into the... That's a lot. It's a lot. Very much. A lot of support in a long time. Cheers. You already out there? Thank you
Message
so much.
Commander just came in over a secure
double
channel.
dipping. the double dip. Double dip. Love the double dip. Thank you. Thank you, C-Star. Cheers. Hey.
It's cool, everybody.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Just need to get my bearings on what the heck we were gonna do. What was that thing? Stress beacon.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Simpika, thank you for the host. Hey.
Radiation protection falling.
Hi. Hi, hope you're doing good. Distress beacon. Someone tell me, please, about distress beacons. Am I equipped to go investigate a distress beacon, or is that more like a whispering egg? Don't touch that thing yet, you're not ready. We need cobalt if I want to make a transporter. We need inventory space. Let's take a trip to the space station to sell some stuff. Real quick, I want to try popping one more nav data into the signal booster on the off chance that we get a trade post here on the planet. You did. Nice. What do you think? Automata. I'm sure Automata. Rex. Almost nobody has played the original Nier. It's a fair question, but almost nobody has played the original Nier. I know that's probably too bad, but try again. Just send out a straight pulse. Planetary radar sweep. You want to find us something new, like a trade outpost? Observatory. We're at an observatory. Did you find us another one? Destination reached. Yeah, alright. Try one more nav data, but if it eats it, I'm not gonna burn through anymore. Here. plants. That's cool. That's bizarre. Okay, it ate it. Just ate one of those. Nav data. We didn't get anything for it. So we either need to sell this nav data or hang on to it until we can use it on another planet. This is a lot of wasted inventory right now. We've got more uranium than we could use, so I want to sell a couple stacks of uranium. I'm going to put some stuff in chat asking about what we should sell. But if you could do me a favor, if anybody chooses to answer, please don't just say yes or no. Please specify. Yes, that, say the item. Like if I say, should we sell unstable gel, question mark. I might be on another question by the time you answer. Don't just say yes or no. Say yes, unstable cell, unstable gel. Please, or it's gonna get really confusing. I know we're selling the Gravitino ball. The ancient keys have any value? Microprocessors. Poly fiber. Calligraphy. 1.1 million? We're gonna get a ship for that. So maybe nobody knows, and that's fine too. We're gonna end up at a space station at some point here. Nanite clusters, we finally have enough to buy something, get an upgrade. Want to chat a bit about possible first upgrades when we get there. Okay, C-Star, reading more. Gave up the minigame. There was some issue with the network connection. Oh, and that was it.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, One might say you got lucky. Did you get to play the credits? It sounds like you did, and then had to give up with the network connection failing. What about if you really wanted to? I'm sure you could trigger it again. Go back, replay D. Okay. Guess we're going to the space station. We'll come back for our stuff. Into space. Suggest selling the salt and keeping everything else in your ship inventory. So green, I'm keeping some uranium. I'm keeping some tritium. We have to work on the. We need more ionized cobalt, but that was separate. The relics, I'm keeping the relics for reputation. But are you suggesting specifically? Can you confirm? Keep calligraphy, keep microprocessors, keep polyfiber. Can you clarify a little bit for me? This planet has a lot of salt too, so salt has good value. Keep the tritium, you run through it. Like I said, keeping the tritium and keeping the stack of uranium.
Radiation protection falling.
Keep the polyfiber. Damn, isn't that thing worth $1 million? No, that's the calligraphy. All right, keep the polyfiber. I hope that distress beacon waits for us. Keep the microprocessors, you'll need it. Can't we just buy a lot of that stuff too? Just like that. Remola. We can also rename the planet. I haven't uploaded the planet yet. I don't know what I want to name things. silver. The effigies you can sell or give. That's what I was saying, Green. I'm keeping the relics for faction rep. There are some blue worlds in this system that we noticed right away yesterday, and we haven't gone anywhere to check them out. There could be some really cool planets.
We have free slots in ship inventory.
Where's our space station? Yeah, the relics and effigies. Yeah, meant them as about the same. You want to see a planet that's pure fire? Literally? Are you sure? Isn't that a star? I think you mean a star. Alright, we're gonna keep an eye out here, especially if someone sees a rare ship land. Let me know so I come down and check it out. I'll be glancing over here too. I saw one of the inverted slave one. I saw one of the kind of like an X-wing that was in a lot of the materials for the game, promo materials. All right, let's just stay down here for a second and see what lands. That looks kind of like a space shuttle. I mean, it just has a clunky body, like the original space shuttle. Stubby wings. Whoa, what's that? That's a big one. Hyper Borgasu. Starship of Chief Scientist. Elogra. First, let's see what's the deal with the ship. It's a hauler. It has 34 slots. Well, there's some room. 34 slots. Clone Wars dropships are pretty cool looking. Yes, I just said that. Yes, you did, Jamster. Now I've said it too. Buy it new, 16 million. All right, we don't have 16 million. Might have a couple million. We sell some stuff, a few million, but we don't have 16 million. Only get a little for our trade-in. Hey, whoa, what was that? We missed one. I mean, there are... There must be a ton of ship types. Final Ashes. Starship of Priest Entity. That little... Hey, is that one of the... That's kind of... Wait till you see it from this side. Kind of like a Slave 1 shape, but smaller. A little more bug-like. The... We were going to get a new ship. I don't even know what ship we would want to get. Why is there a cargo drop on the space station? I don't think you can customize a ship yet. That came up earlier. Can't do that yet. Chronic was saying he wished you could. Cargo drop behind him? Why? That's weird. The cargo drop behind him. Can't get there. I know of. This is where we can customize the character. Let's change our primary color. Five races. We are an anomaly. To change the color on each piece, I'll leave the markings. Can you at least rename it? Gee, I hope so. Let me out. I hope so. I don't really know. Don't know so. That's the wrong part. Right. Here. Tired and excited and bored all at the same time, huh? Korvax! Look, I know the word Korvax. Exosuit upgrades. We trade nanite clusters for blueprints. Let's look here. Now that we have some nanite clusters, I haven't bought a single blueprint, and there are multiple vendors, and I don't know what's gonna be as a new consumer of blueprints, upgrades. I don't know where to begin. Hazard protection battery. I don't know how many things can be added. Are we limited in what upgrades we can apply? Seems upgrades are often found. Buy it all. Increases the base capacity of the hazard protection system, 20%. Neural stimulator. Capacity of the jetpack tanks and adrenal pump reserves. Fly and sprint longer. That rocket boots can jump. Advanced jump capabilities. Take huge leaps with ease. Oh, now that sounds really tempting. But is that, if we... Exosuit upgrade, that's a movement upgrade, that's a hazard protection upgrade, that's an augmentation, different classes of things. Salt refractor. I don't have a salt refractor. Hazmat gauntlet. Upgrades the shielding for the gloves. Safely handle hazardous substances and perform the necessary feats of strength required to harvest certain farmable flora. It does, Jamster, unless there are some more generalized good places to start. Oxygen recycler. We already have blueprint for it, apparently. Maybe that's one of the ones I from the analyzer. Chromatic metal, condensed carbon. We could have enough of that. Sodium diode. Not sure about that. Antimatter haven't come across yet. Yo, Shags. Greetings, greetings. Get out there. Happening, man. More blueprints. Oh, there's also purchase upgrade modules. I should look at that stuff too. I'm not sure categorically what's all different. Teleport receiver. This seems to be stuff for the ship. Longer distance from the ship. You can be further away from the ship to trade stuff in and out. Economy scanner. Tech modules for these things. I don't know much about that. The meetings, they sucked away your soul. Yeah, well then you're entitled to screw off for a while and try to get it back, I think. Cadmium drive. Hyperdrive, matrix, upgrade. I don't even have a hyperdrive. I don't think I have a hyperdrive. Exosuit upgrades. Hey, an advanced mining laser. I keep seeing stuff about that. What do we need? Tech modules. Still don't know where we get our tech modules from, but we can make hermetic seals and nanotubes. Places the standard mining beam with a high-grade living glass, allowing the beam to be effective against large and or rare resource deposits. We should buy that, right? And that's a blueprint.
Item received.
Personal force field. Draws power from your life support. Overloads the multi-tool. Makes a personal shield. Substantial protection. Incoming laser fire. Can't do other things while it's enabled. Do I want to buy any more of these right now? We can always come back. Combat scope. And scope. Geocannon. Large bore projectile launcher. Plasma shells. Rapid ground excavation. Pulse splitter. Scatter blaster. Scatter blaster. Combat weapon. Rapid fire weapon attachment. Yeah. What are the things he's selling? There's another. These merchants. Each of these merchants had another purchase upgrade modules. Yeah. What about all this stuff? Boltcaster modules. Are these passive? They slot. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Scanner module. Multi-tool scanning. Significant upgrade. Supremely powerful upgrade for the mining beam. Mia is wondering about opening EXR files. I'm not familiar with the format. Know what they were created with? I'd have to look up what EXR associated with. See, that sounds tempting to me. That would be most of our nanite clusters if I bought that. Mining beam module. 9.7% doesn't sound like a lot, but it says supreme upgrade. there are a number of file converter sites. There's yeah, at least a couple good ones. Starship Shield, hyperdrive modules, an upgrade for our hyperdrive we don't have. Pulse engines. Yeah, okay, there was more. Pulse engines. There was a pulse engine module, supreme pulse engine upgrade. Starship maneuverability and speed. For a noob, do I want to upgrade the ship to be more maneuverable? I mean, how useful is that? I was thinking a mining beam might be a good upgrade. But I don't know if they slot or they're passive, so at some point I'm gonna have to blow all our nanites on something to just see how they work. Happen while we're up here. Life support module, movement modules, shield, underwater modules, thermal protection modules. Okay, so there's a terminal. We can sell some of the stuff we've been wanting to sell. Should be one back here. Okay. Start at the bottom. We have nav data that I'd rather not sell, I'd rather use, but it's taking up a bunch of slots. We have a bunch of uranium. This is what's in our exosuit. We have plenty more in the ship. I'm going to sell these stacks of uranium. 2 slots. We're going to sell the Gravitino ball. Anyone ever... Is there any reason to keep the pearl? Does anyone say... We should sell the pearl. What's in our starship? We're gonna keep the relics and the effigies for now. We need to find some Gex and some Vy'keen to give them to. We're gonna sell the salt. Sell the pearl. Suggested I keep the polyfiber. Now the elegant calligraphy. That's showing in red. But we'd get 1.1 million for it. If we found the right person, would they give us substantially more than 1.1 million? Or should I take the cash? Pearls are pretty much for selling, unless there's a blueprint somewhere you're unfamiliar with. Like to use the keys, but we'll need to find a place to use them. We're not, if we have to destroy them, or not like we're losing out on much money. Fine. Don't know about the elegant calligraphy. What does the green color coding denote? That familiar? The bright green? Silver. Try and keep the microprocessors for now. Our inventory is still really stuffed, unless we get a ship with a lot more storage. We're just about out of Starship storage. And even our travel inventory is stuffed. We have to get to a new planet before we can use this nav data, unless we want to dump it or sell it. What about unstable gel? Keep unstable gel or sell that? Idea about the bright green? That might be new. And warp cell? So, the unstable gel. Starship launch fuel. Maybe we can just use that when we get back to the surface. Keep the warp cell. So we're keeping the microprocessors, keeping the polyfiber. Relics for now. Warp cell. Calligraphy, it's tempting to sell it because we'll get 1 million, but we don't have anything to buy yet. We might have a ship though. Let's say we go down there and there's a ship that I want to buy. I think we should sell this thing. Letters themselves appear to be written in blood. It's a Necronomicon. Do we know what species this guy is? I should have scanned him. Would have said, right? Interloper. Not welcome. Don't feel in danger. About to turn and leave when the creature points toward my multi-tool. They bark with concern and makes a motion to suggest I should hand it over. Assume you're not stealing my multi-tool. Wants to look at something. I don't know. Hopefully he's not stealing our damn multi-tool. Odds and satisfaction. They offer me an improved replacement for my multi-tool. Now we're talking. Do I have to pay? Compare with current multi-tool. Lone transistors. It already has an advanced mining laser. I bought a blueprint for that, but this already has one. Is that how that works? There's a visor, scanner, mining beam, more slots. Yeah. 8. Boltcaster. We don't. What if we want it new? Do I get to choose? I don't want to swap. Can't we just buy his? There's a trade-in price and there's a new price. How do I make sure I'm getting what I want? Either way, I'll accept it. Do we transfer things? Ending with Vy'keen has increased. If he's a Vy'keen, then can't I give him an effigy? Or is I have to see if it comes up in conversation first. Interloper. You're also willing to talk to me. How about an effigy? That's my gift with gratitude. You cannot transfer, but you can add the stuff here. Add the stuff you already got on the new one. Just make it. Okay, multi-tool. Tech modules. Slot cannot be used until damage is repaired. What's required to make a tech module? Oh, we don't even have a terrain manipulator on this one. Easy enough to get that stuff. Don't have it on me. Caster. Let me keep the warp cell, right? Suggested keeping the warp cell. Chronic, the tech mods you're just gonna have to buy for now. They're kind of pricey, but not terrible. I'm still really lost in the mods. I want. We're not leaving the space station until I understand a little bit more about the mods, because I'm not really following what. I'm still missing 80% of what you all are saying functionally. It's not all making sense. Should have. BP for stuff you already had. I don't follow. Too many threads. Too many threads. I don't know. BP blueprint. Okay, yeah. Context. In another context, I might have gotten that. It's fine. It's just I'm melting already. I really am struggling to. Too much information, too much what's down here. Extra information and extra information. Oh, I put those backwards. Let's try to unscramble that information. Wait, there's more information coming in. This went ding, and now I'm trying to drill down. I am so lost. Okay. Lost in space. Slow down. Breathe. But it always frustrates me in life when I'm getting information I can't process. I'm swimming in it right now. Way too much. I am afraid. Sorry, let me just back up. I am afraid to spend my nanite clusters, and it doesn't matter. We have 600, not 10,000, and just. But I don't know what any of these things are gonna do yet. So let me just go. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go spend it right now. The one. Now, if you're quick and you see me doing something that's terribly silly at this stage, try and stop me, okay? But I'm just really confused about what's what. Okay, mining beam. These modules, I don't know how these things work. I don't know if they slot. No. Don't try to explain right now. I mean, you can, okay, but I'm just telling you, I'm not. I understand nanite clusters are for buying blueprints. Maybe you should watch me flail about for a minute before trying to explain. Maybe I can express. I've been trying. I've come back here a couple times, but I haven't managed to connect my ramblings with an answer in chat at the right moment to figure out what to expect. I don't know what to expect if I buy this thing, so I'm just gonna blow all my nanite clusters on buying it so I can find out, because it's making me crazy trying to interpret some of the answers and suggestions. This is not a blueprint. This is a pre-assembled module. It says supremely powerful. Don't bother with the modules that you buy outright just yet, Jay. The blueprints are the ones you want. Thank you. See? Thank you. Stopped me in time. So, looking at the blueprints for things. There are blueprints for things. But a lot of the things that the blueprints are for require things I haven't figured out how to make yet. Don't know. Like tech modules. I don't know. So I hesitate to go spending all my nanites on things that I'm not even going to be able to make. Alternate modes for my gun. I'm not ready. Not ready for alternate gun modes. I haven't even fired the one I have had before we upgraded the multi-tool to something that no longer has that in it. So. Combat scope. No thanks. Okay, different merchant. Okay, different merchant. One of these maybe had. That was ship stuff. I don't know if I want ship stuff or stuff for me. I think I might want a different ship, but my head's exploding. The blueprints. Forget all the pre-built stuff. It says a lot of things you don't have blueprints for. You will get those from following the main quest line. So, Antimatter, haven't seen any yet. Neural stimulator. I don't know how many of these things we can make and install. Salt refractor. Okay, let's just spend our nanites.
Item received. Item received. Item received.
I don't know, Jamster. Antimatter, you'll get the blueprint for pretty quickly. Alright, it seems that no one's really familiar with some of the new items that just came out with Next. No one seems to know whether it's a good idea to sell this calligraphy or not. It's 1.1 mil, it's awful tempting because we could buy a ship with it. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sell it yet because sounds like I'm not the only one who's on the fence about it. There's one of the kind of X-Wings, about as close as you can get to an X-Wing, right? They're not very expensive. I don't know what's a rare ship and what's not a rare ship. I think this has about the same, I looked at one yesterday, I think it is about the same storage. Slightly more storage, 17 slots. Spear of Flight, fighter. Actually afford to do an exchange, and if I had sold that item, we could buy it outright. Perhaps. But there are plenty of classes of ships that have more inventory slots. I don't know if they're rare. Like a hauler. I've seen some haulers that are expensive. I don't know if that speaks to rare, though. So this is tempting. If I walk away from this ship to go sell that item, it'll have flown away by the time we come back. Okay? So my opportunity to buy this ship is now as a trade-in. If I walk away, it's gone. We might get one with the same shape, but it won't have the same stats. This has more damage. Haven't gotten in any fights yet. Slightly more shield. I think we already got one slot. It's a very wordy game, talking about what's going on in game and discussing it in chat or verbally. Hear me out here. I'm trying. What's up, Chronic? Don't fall prey to the used car salesman tactic. You'd say walk away unless you're in love with it. Okay, do you know anything about the ship or just general advice? Classes go from CBA S. Yeah, I've heard there's S-class stuff in the game. One class better. Amount of slots can vary on any of them. Yes, I saw a hauler with 30 slots or something. It was going to cost 16 mil that we don't have, but there was a hauler. It was a C class, and it had 30 something slots. Knows what other cool ships are landing right now. An A have less slots than another A if they're the same type of ship. Yeah, I think I saw one of these, this body, yesterday. That was a C class with the same number of slots as the C class that I have. This one with that body style is a B class with 2 additional slots and some better stats. I'm with you so far. Historical documents can be used for research and can be sold. I don't even know what that means. Can be used for research. I have no context for that. Thank you for checking. Wish I understood. I don't know how to handle the information overload, to be honest. I feel like I'm setting myself up for a lot of stress by trying to take in so much information simultaneously from the game and chat. I'm asking too many questions. I have no business asking this early at this point in the game, and getting answers I have no means to comprehend quite yet. You're just saying shop around first before you choose one. B class. Pretty common, so you won't be losing out much here. There we go. I can work with that. B classes are pretty common, so you won't be losing out on much here. It's the first affordable B class I've seen, and you know, it's an X-Wing ship design. Like, here's another one. Let's see what this other one is. Ouch. $19 slots, 2 more than the previous one. It's an A class. See what this would cost. Would cost 2.1 mil, which we can't quite afford, but if we sold that and a few other things, we would just be able to afford it. It's kind of neat. A lot more damage, shields, but you know, as you said, lost it in the chat, but you know, find something you really like. A's are rare, S are super rare, and I can't afford it anyways. I'm gonna have to scrounge up the cash. Is that a TIE fighter? That looks kind of like a weird... No, not a TIE fighter. That thing. Got a TIE fighter on its butt. There's a Slave One kind of ship. For someone who hates missing opportunities, having choices and not being able to explore those choices and then missing out on the opportunities, the choices passed you by, this does set off a lot of stress. Look at all these cool ships. I don't even want to look. I don't want to look at that ship to find out that it's cool and that I want it and that I can't afford it. Or even worse, that I could afford it if I very quickly ran up here and sold the thing, but it'll be gone by the time I get down there. So, hard to stop the brain from thinking like that when your brain thinks like that. And this game is just replete with opportunities to miss opportunities. All right, we're gonna sell this for 1.1 million. Yes.
Units received.
We're not selling the polyfiber, the microprocessors, or the relics, or whatever the variations on the relics. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck! Don't make me say it. Effigies. If I say relics or effigies, I mean the same thing. It's all the same. Gotta simplify. There's too many menus and too many words and too much stuff to speak correctly about everything. Every opportunity lost in this game, you'll be presented with infinitely more opportunities. Right, and be able to choose 5 of them and go crazy at the infinitely... There may be infinitely more opportunities, but only because there are infinite opportunities. It's not... You are choosing to state it that way. That's great. Glass half full. Another way to look at that, glass half empty, would be for every opportunity taken, there are an infinite number of opportunities missed. Yeah, I can do that too. Anyways. I need more room. The merchant here will not sell us more room. We've already spoken to him, unless that's likely to repeat itself. We got 1 extra inventory space yesterday. We started with 24, we now have 25. So I'm guessing we cannot get another inventory space here. Back on one of the only 3 planets we've been on, and the one planet that we've been on today, which I really like and we have our first base on, and I know we're not going to be there forever, but I feel compelled to keep going back there, not because we need to do every fucking thing that's on the planet, but because there's all kinds of things on the planet that I haven't even done. Like there's a distress signal. I haven't gone to a single one of those. There's the manufacturing plant. I haven't been to a single one of those. There's all these things already scouted out on that planet. I don't need another planet yet. I want to go check out those other blue planets. And I want to follow the main quest and learn how to play the game and do the stuff. And I really want to have more inventory. And my head is really exploding with too much information. I need more storage because I'm being choked by nav data right now. You've been looking for an S-class hauler for about 3 days now. It's all you've spent your time in the game doing. You just wait in a space station? Is that what you do? Hey, Keanu. Hello, hello. I'm afraid to talk to NPCs because they'll give me more places to go. I don't want to talk to this guy or that guy or that guy because they're going to put another dot on my compass and then I'm going to go, I need to go there too. I am afraid to talk to NPCs right now. That's half true. But in terms of ship designs, I wanted to check out one of those Slave One kind of ships, and I do kind of like that little X-Wing design, the fighter. I haven't been in any space battles. I don't know jack about dogfighting in this game. Well, so I'll say something, and I'll take the risk of saying something in response to that Sea-Star that I hope doesn't rub anyone the wrong way, because it could be interpreted a number of different ways. It was when I played it off stream. Mostly. I don't want that to, it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a great opportunity for a shared experience here. And I'm learning so much from you guys that I need to know to understand. But I'd be bullshitting if I said it wasn't more stressful with this dynamic, being watched, trying to learn how to play a new game, which is so complicated I can't wrap my head around it, and the overload of information that I'm asking for. I mean, I'm basically asking you to overload my brain, and you're willing, but my brain is then overloaded. See, the bot is fucking psychic. Look at that. There's the bot. Oh, hi. So how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato. That's kind of how I feel right now. Jamster, any historical document has flavor text and a value. Seems to be the best thing to do is sell them. The one you have is a 20% drop rate and is one of the highest worth ones. So sell them, sell them, sell them. Cool, Jamster. Thank you. See, that... Green, I don't want you to apologize. That's why I was hesitant to say that. It's impossible with the Twitch dynamic for this to be truly cerebral and meditative. I'd have to stop reading, stop speaking, and just stare at the game and take it slow. The fact that we're interacting and that I'm self-conscious of the shared experience and the incoming data stream and the opportunity to interact and get more information. That looks like an Imperial shuttle landing in the back. Or not. Don't apologize. It's Twitch. It's what Twitch is. I'm right now playing this game on Twitch. It is what it is. I'm not asking people to clam up. I'm just recognizing that it cannot be the same meditative experience when it's observed, interactive, including dialogue and Q&A. It's a different experience when it's all of that. Whew. B-Class, Explorer, nothing fancy. I'm just gonna look at the price, but it has more space. 1.5 mil to buy outright, exchange for 1.1. That it's not really an upgrade unless we just really wanted it. Really wanted it, we could have it. We already saw a B and an A in a design that I like, but couldn't have afforded the A. Just barely, though. The Crystal Father. E-Class, Explorer, bunch of slots. 3 mil. We're gonna end up going back down to the planet we've been on. Since I didn't name it, I don't really have its name in my head. Probably name it. This one too. I do like this design, and even the color scheme. You can see what they've got without having to run up to them. Value, 1.5. Thank you. That's nice. Where's the basic rating? Can we see their basic rating? Class C, 20 plus 5. Cool. Thank you, man. Oh, well, it didn't occur to me, but yeah. B, 19 plus 5. Well, now we're talking. That's huge. Thank you. See, I don't want you guys to shut up just because I'm stressing out. I don't know what to suggest, but keep it coming. I might blow my gaskets and I might just short out, but it's valuable information I wouldn't be getting otherwise, and I am grateful for it. Might overload a little. B, 18 plus 5, winged sword. 20 inventory slots. Oh, and 5 tech slots. Thank you for clarifying. So that only has 18. Okay, 15, that is 18. Value's about a mil. B, 19, 1.3 mil. Right now I'm not thinking about those tech slots. Maybe I should. Fighter, 20, 1.8 mil. So you're camping out right now looking for an S-class hauler, you said. At what point in the game do you start landing your ships on your own? When do you end up with a freighter? Advisor will not tell you the trade-in value, just the base value. You have to run up to find the trade-in value. Well, my trade-in value is less than 400K, so I figured just knock a little off. It's an approximate, pretty close. Yes, you can own multiple ships like this, but now that they've added, what am I saying? Not freighters, like frigates? What is it they just added? So there's a C-class hauler. Am I misreading that? Yeah, 14 mil, okay. Not 140 mil. C-Class. Cheapest freighter to buy is like 75 mil. Well, considering some of these are getting up into the teens, that doesn't sound so bad. 75 million sounds cheap for a freighter if some of these single pilot craft are 15, 16 mil. Whoa, missed you. There, a B, Hyper Borgesu, 30 mil. Yeah, look, that's 30 mil, and it's just a hauler. You can get them for free from doing battles for the different species. They go up to 800 mil. S-Class. We can't afford these things. Just cool to look. S-Class 29. It's only 18 mil. Only 18 mil. The fighter. Cheeks rebuilt indiscretion. Okay. Alright, that's enough window shopping, don't you think? I guess we're not buying a new ship right now, although I would love to have more storage. Unless we're buying a cheap C-Class hauler. Could. Think that makes sense? Buy a cheap C-Class hauler just so I can hold more shit and not go as crazy. A moment. Shuttle 20. Not too expensive. Last shuttle. A hauler. Yeah, a chill grinding game. Absolutely, Jamster. Once you can chill in it, and not entirely there yet, but I see the potential. Green, you think it's a good idea? Chronic, you got a second ship that was a C-Class hauler? A-Class fighter? Just keep an eye out for a C-Class hauler. A-Class, that's a cheap A-Class shuttle. What do you think about... I'm misreading it, that's 5 mil. Well, that's cheap! Not so cheap. Hey, what's that thing? That's a cool looking shuttle. Weird looking shuttle. Final Ashes. And S-Class is hanging out for a while. But we had 20 mil. You're gonna leave him hanging there, yeah? Here goes the S-Class. Explorer. D. So the different ship classes. I don't know what the question I'm trying to ask is. There's something about how they're obviously not just cosmetic because they dictate basic ranges for stats. But now that's cheap, but it doesn't hold anything more than what we've got. Fighters, shuttles, haulers. Yeah, there were explorers, and is that it? Do they have any, besides setting the basic ranges for how many slots they can have, and then cosmetic, how, I guess they have damage boosts, things like that. So if you were trying to dogfight in a shuttle, if it had good stats, it wouldn't matter. Imagine. Slightly different stats. All right, let's check. While I'm waiting to see if we can get a cheap C-class hauler, think about what else we want to do, if anything, at the space station. I'm thinking not much. We came up here to sell some stuff. We sold some stuff. We have all that nav data I just can't use until we get to a new planet. If you ever get a freighter and can rename it, you have to call it Starship Chaos. That is the plan. That is the plan. Could be a while, though. Fighters, combat, better damage. Haulers, better shields, cargo space. Explorers, better hyperdrive. Now, how much of a difference does that make when you start hopping between systems that shave a lot of time? Why do you need a better hyperdrive? Shuttles are the middle ground between them all. Good description. We can find an affordable one we can buy outright, so we have 2 ships in our collection. I'd prefer to do that. Do what it takes to move some things over. Cool looking Explorer. Ships with better hyperdrives can jump multiple star systems in one go. Oh, okay, big difference. So if you leave this, we'll eventually leave this system. We haven't even been to all the planets in this system. Whether or not we make it to, that's way too expensive. That's a C-class hauler that we can't afford. Damn. Maybe I won't be able to afford a C-class hauler. Too much material, it's gonna cost... I only got 2 mil on me. Probably have a bunch of upgrades we could... a bunch of stuff we can upload. For nanites, though. I keep holding off on thinking I'll actually rename some of them. E-class shuttle. So it's only 2 extra slots. What do I have? 15? 17. I have 15. That has 19. 4 extra slots. Worth 4 extra slots. Visionary Triumph. Get out of here then. Extra slots. Ding. $60. I'm gonna stand by it and just see what else lands for a minute. I'm thinking we could pick that up. That a fighter, C, nope. I've been missing all the wormholes out of my melted brain. I'm gonna try and join you for that one. This is a bad time to say you can't drive. On-the-job training. Right, on-the-job training. There's a B hauler, 30 mil. You can keep it sitting there if you keep interacting with it. It refreshes the timer. I also felt like if you just stand on its pedestal, it doesn't go anywhere. Fighter C. Hauler C, 5 mil. Yeah, so even a cheaper C-class hauler is going to be more than we can afford. I should probably settle on a shuttle. Well, there's a B-22. Would hold a lot more. Cost most of what we got, but it's kind of neat. What do you think? 19-4. On the job. Make it. The entire crew? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Good job. Good job. So this thing doesn't look very big, but it actually would do the trick. What do you say? Rosawa's Abstract Examiner. We make our first extra ship purchase. Not great or anything, but it's a B with 7 slots more than what we've got. With a little stubby thing. Nice. Jamster. Yeah. What is a phase beam? There's a phase beam. Tiny bit of extra damage, shield, but I'm just looking at the extra room. Phase beam's a mining tool. Better than standard little stumpy thing. Better for breaking up asteroids. Let's buy this sucker. Let's buy this thing. You on board? Buy it. Do it. Alright, so no, I'm not exchanging it. I'm keeping our, I don't know. No, I'm adding to the collection. We don't have much trade-in on the original, and I'm keeping my first ship, so. Your starship, and also your starship. Cool. Now you have 2 ships. When I go to starship, heck, how do I switch between my starships? Launchers. No. We're saving that for the freighter. The starship. No. It's a nice thought, but yeah, you'll have to pop in and out of the 2 ships to transfer the materials between them. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Well then, let's dump a bunch of this stuff. Items. Going to this one. Yeah, the Starship Chaos needs room for the crew. This is a single-seater here. Are we keeping unstable gel for now? This may have come up before. It's hard to keep track of what we decided. I think still should sell 2 of those stacks of nav data. Also sell the unstable gel. The nav data, because we're going to get so much more of it. Even though it's not worth much, it's just wasting space. Is that the basic idea? It's just wasting space. Easy to make the mats. The unstable gel. Alright, well, let's do this, and let's sell one full stack and the partial stack. We're gonna be selling the stuff down here. Get stuff out of this ship for now. Primary ship switched, okay? But if we want to bank stuff for later, we could stash stuff in this ship for later, right? I want to get the relics in case we run into that race. Haven't yet. We want to take the uranium and tritium with us on the ship that we're going to be traveling in. Be making more ionized cobalt. But let's stash some stuff here. Warp cells, I don't think we're using yet. So anything here we want to stash for future use? No, but some of the stuff I put in the other ship are. Move a few things over and then we'll take this one. Oh, but there's really no point. Okay, we want to take this stuff with. So transfer relics, tritium. Sell a few things. Starship has room, some room. That's so nice. Yeah, we'll be off the space station soon. It is a very grindy, menu-y game, and I think it'll be a lot more relaxed once I learn a lot more about it. Take some time. Alright, we're selling the unstable gel for now. I don't need it. Magnetized ferrite, which we made from the... Anyways, it's just refined materials is all. Nav data, we were going to sell that stack, even though it's not much. Just freeing up inventory. Ah, you not so much. Okay, I mean, this is basically a throwaway unless we need to use it for something else. The cobalt, we're going to be refining that stuff, and we need lots more. I left my tools down on the surface. What are we missing from our multi-tool? Tech modules. Talk to me about tech modules. How close are we? Can we buy tech modules? What do they cost? Tech modules, 60,000. Okay, that's not too bad. We needed some. I think. I don't know exactly how many we need. They're right there. They're not going anywhere. 2, 4. There was something else that needed tech modules. What are the exotics like? Tech mods you're gonna have to buy from the market. I need 4 of them for now.
Product received.
Err.
Component repaired. Technology repaired.
Yeah, exotic. Are they completely different designs, or are they still derivative of the same basic models that we see?
Technology repaired.
So many slots. Want to put the terrain manipulator back, carbon nanotubes, dihydrogen jelly. When we're back on the surface, we'll do that. They're way different. Well, good. It was be torturous to early game have no money or have almost enough when you see some exotic that's just the coolest thing ever roll in and you're drooling and you can't afford it and you have to watch it leave. Discoveries. Okay, let's just planet we started on for now. Oh, I didn't really mean to do that. Okay, it's done though. Upload it all. I was gonna rename, eventually maybe rename that one, but I didn't. Crap. Well. That mean it did. Alright, but it didn't do all of this stuff. I was thinking if we had some really cool things we encountered, we could choose to name them. If you see something at any point you want to have named, you can suggest something I may or may not. The underwaters. Grab Telosium. There's that little guy. Plains. What happened to Eagles Plains? Eagles Plains. We discovered one called Eagles Plains. That's where the abandoned site with the whispering eggs was, but I don't see Eagles Plains. Have somehow gotten its name changed? No, we didn't. Alright, there's some extra nanite clusters if we wanted to buy a little bit more stuff. Another question, can you give multiple relics the same NPC and still benefit? Don't think so, but try it. Let's see if, how about if they're in our starship but we're in range? 56. That count as in range. Offer a gift, Vy'keen effigy. With gratitude, but he didn't give a thumbs up. Still increased. I wonder if it's like Dragon Age Origins gifting where it rapidly depreciates the value you get. Your reputation bonus or whatnot. I really liked it that time. Maybe it crossed a threshold. Maybe it's randomized whether he animates or not. Alright, no more Vy'keen relics. It's another inventory slot freed up. Yay. Maybe it's random. Yeah. Yeah, we ranked up. Sweet. New Vy'keen rank. Ally. I'm not going to talk to him again, but I want to look at his face real quick. Vy'keen. The Vy'keen, and he looks... Well, that's not him. I'm not getting a scan on him. But a Vy'keen looks like that. I don't know what to say he looks like. Alright, just to show, I just want to look at what we're leaving in this ship. I'm sure we can call it, get it back whenever, but for now, we are going to leave a warp cell, 2 microprocessors, and some polyfiber in this other ship, our first ship. We did want to rename Can you rename these ships? Can in the inventory screen. Starship. Check. You rename them with the little pencil icon on the top right. It's the thing you're looking for. Oh, yeah. Cute. About that. Right? Thank you. Awesome. This thing flies like. Well, it's weird not having wings. Not having substantial wings. How strange. Okay. Guess we're going back down. Back to base. And we've got that, we've got a crashed freighter to check out, the distress signal. We've got other things. Other things. What happens if I don't brake? Does it automatically... We're just gonna overshoot it? Oh, pulse engine offline. Planetary interference. Strange looking ship. Strange looking ship. Okay, it'll serve our purposes quite well.
Radiation protection falling.
It's almost like a sitting bird. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're supposed to check in with the base computer. Let's at least see what our next task we were supposed to get yesterday is.
Message coming in.
Hey, Walking Dad.
Patching it through.
Thank you for the host. Greetings. Logs from previous user. Scanner detected unusual repeating 16. Space station. Warning, archives interrupted. Emergency broadcast detected. The traveler finds their wings. They fly towards us as they must. You will find us when the time is right. The base computer interrupted its own archive retrieval program to relay an emergency message. Broadcast sounds like no distress call I've ever heard. Perhaps the message is right. Perhaps it's time to fly, to return to space, seek answers to this mystery. Oh, we could have done that before going somewhere last time. Blueprint analyzer. I guess we could just leave that here. We don't have to carry a blueprint analyzer around with us. But the portable refiner. Want. Refine some of that. We need to refine some of that. We need to get underground and find and refine more cobalt. Find our backup. Walking Dad. Hello, dudettes and duderitos. Hello to you. Hi. How's your day been? Oh, permanent tech. That was the other thing. If we had ionized cobalt and a battery, and we can make the rest of the ionized cobalt, we end up with a teleporter. We have what we need to make ion batteries? Requires cobalt, more cobalt, and ferrite dust. We could make a teleporter here. Even though this isn't the biggest, baddest base, we're not that far off from being able to make a teleporter. Oh shit, okay, so many things. Save points, comm stations. Got these new blueprints, but needs more menus to look through. Components. Tech. Health stations. Hazard protection units.
Technology recharge.
Make multiple stations. I think that might finally be useful. But we need to make another one. Oxygen and metal plating. Hey, hold on, what's that? I can make a hazmat gauntlet now. All more tech. How useful is that hazmat gauntlet? Handle hazardous substances. Flammable, farmable flora. There's too many menus, my brain melting. Needed metal plating, which needed ferrite dust, so we'll have to go outside, and it's pretty useful. Attic metal, sodium nitrate, it's not too expensive.
Installed.
Add it to your tech inventory. What I did though, right? Does it permanently take that slot? Like, if I had moved things around and put it in that slot, I could have had it in a different slot, but because I put it in that slot, it's now permanently in that slot. Oh, this is an OCD nightmare. Are you fucking kidding me? The poor people who really, you can dismantle it, but you don't get everything back. You get some back. I'm just saying that's not cool. The people who really can't deal with shit like that and add it to your tech inventory. I didn't understand when you said that, but to install tech. I don't even know what you mean then. Add it to your tech inventory. I don't know what that means. Tech inventory. Oh. Oh shit. Okay. Back. So capacity inventory doesn't have any, but another backpack might. So what else here is tech? Need to dismantle it first. Do I get the blueprint back? Or you Is it blueprint permanent? Because it disappeared from the list here. It's no longer showing up here. Seems like it might have been a single-use blueprint. Let's try it. Okay, it shows back up. Blueprints are permanent. And there's nothing else we can move to the tech inventory. Thank you. Thank you for the help figuring that out. You just can't add it twice. Okay? So even though these things show up as tech, we can't... Could we potentially move those things to our tech slots? Could I put our... Oh, those are other things. I don't have those yet. That's not the same as... Alright, oxygen recycler. Okay. I'm starting to see where some of the things we paid for. We bought these with nanites. We bought these blueprints with nanites. So now we can make these extra pieces of tech for our suit. If we have room for them in our backpack, we can put them in these slots or regular slots, but really we want the tech slots for the tech. Salt refractor. What's it going to take for me to make a salt refractor? Maybe I could buy one. I want to make a teleporter so we can get back and forth to the space station. And that teleporter is going to take... I just looked at it, but... Teleporter is going to require more ionized cobalt, 26 more units, and an ion battery. 26 more units. I think the 3 tech life support shields and the other one can be moved. Can't be moved to your tech slots. We're due another break. But I am hard to find a time I feel like unplugging. I may need to, but my brain just wants to absorb more information. I likely will play a lot of this game off stream as well as on, at least while I'm trying to learn and figure a lot of stuff out. Time moves way too fast with this game. Yeah, I feel the need to slow things down. Gonna make a battery. We were short what? Need a little bit, so close. We need a little bit more cobalt. We gotta find an underground cave system. We need some ferrite dust. We can make an ion battery, and then we can make a teleporter, and then it'll be a lot easier to get back quickly to the space station. We need to sell stuff and check for materials I can only buy, like that salt thing, salt refractor. Is that what it was? If there was one on the terminal I could buy, I'd buy it, but there's no terminal here, and I don't want to go back to the space station. Make that teleporter. What do you think our best bet is of finding a cave system? We have some things. We have a distress signal.
Radiation protection.
These may have no bearing on finding a cave system, but we have a crashed freighter. How about that? Why don't we go check out the other crashed freighter? You don't need a salt refractor yet. Should be able to find a cave fairly easily. No, but I needed a salt refractor for... what was it? There was something I was just looking at. There was a reason. No, there was something I just saw. I wanted to craft that I needed a salt refractor for. She said you don't need one yet, but let's say that I do, because I saw something that I wanted it for. Hey, Daisy. Caves are everywhere. It was the jump boots. That's why I need a salt refractor. The jump boots. Rocket boots. Yes, I need a salt refractor. So, How can I make one? Thoughts. Rocket boots, salt refractor. More chromatic metal. Let's get some copper and try and find a cave system for some cobalt. Copper and cobalt right now. I'm gonna head towards that crashed freighter and see if we can find some copper deposit on the way. There's one, but not in the right direction. Overwhelming. Very overwhelming. It's just so much. So much. It's good, Daisy. Thanks. Hope your day's going all right. The blueprints for it, you'll need to either buy it from the station. There's no guarantee your current system sells it, or you'll need to continue the main quest to get the blueprint. A lot of the blueprints are tied to quest lines. Wreck of the Ibosol. Life goes on. Day after day, delivering after. This is the same as the last text, isn't it? Multiple Sentinel energy signatures dropping out of warp there. Yeah, this is the same text as the last one. Salvage materials from the wreck. If it's like the last one, we're going to need chromatic metal, and we're short chromatic metal, so we're going to need some copper. If we can find a copper deposits nearby. Camelweed. I left my portable refiner. I think I forgot to bring it with. And if we were going to make a new one, need some metal plating. Metal plating, we needed some ferrite dust. So let's get to it. What about our new... Didn't we get a new tool? That is with our new multi-tool. It's more powerful. We fixed up its extra slots. It doesn't have a terrain modifier in it yet. We need to make one before we can get the copper, so we need carbon nanotubes and dihydrogen jelly. Our upgrades have temporarily downgraded us. Hey, Crystal. You're doing well. Metal plating, we need the ferrite dust. Metal plating now.
Product constructed.
make the extra tool. Good. Take it with. Good. Need the dihydrogen. What do we need the dihydrogen for? We're trying to make... Trying to replace the terrain manipulator. We needed dihydrogen jelly. And carbon nanotubes, not metal plating. I needed the metal plating for the other... Oh, fuck. Okay. Carbon nanotubes. Did raw carbon. Okay. Hard for me to take the breaks I need to take, and my brain is definitely melting. It's very compelling. Must finish next task. Must finish next task. Can't leave that unfinished.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, my eyelids are starting to twitch. I need a break. Literally, my eyelids are starting to twitch.
Product
Okay.
constructed.
Wait, we needed 2, and I needed another 50. We're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna be able to just spend endless time in this game on stream. It's so open-ended. I think this will be a good game to spend a few days on, and back to, spend a few days on. Craft another carbon nanotube, back to multi-tool. Terrain mapper, we got the nanotubes. We needed the dihydrogen jelly. Craft dihydrogen jelly. Needs a lot more dihydrogen. Nearly enough.
Radiation protection falling.
Needed 2 dihydrogen jelly, so we needed 100 dihydrogen. Ferrite. Okay. Locking mechanism open. Starship shield module. A1. That's the first thing of that type I've gotten. Yeah, we can make 2.
Product
Perfect.
constructed.
Alright, finally, multi-tool. Install terrain manipulator again.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, we got our terrain manipulator back. Now we can use it to mine the copper that we need. Ship also has tech slots you can use for that module. Okay. Which modules? Like the one I just looted?
Radiation damage detected.
Yeah, wasn't paying attention.
Technology ready.
that a hostile plant nearby? I wasn't.
Radiation protection falling.
Get some more copper. The shield module you just found.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, do you have a trick to avoid it? Because it seems like it would be a huge waste of energy to try and clean them all up, you know?
Technology recharge.
Where are we here? Oh, your base. No. What am I looking for? Where's the big ass freighter? There. You don't have a good trick. You spent 30 minutes on one once. I'm so sorry. I'll try not to pan the camera back over there. If we see anything that looks like a cave entrance, or we want to dig down and try to find a cave, we're going to need some cobalt at some point too. Let's find a pod and go camp out near a pod. And refine some of our materials.
Radiation protection falling.
This is not an efficient way through. Get the hell out of here when we pop the hatch. How are we going? We're going that way. Stand right there and pop the hatch. Ooh, sodium and condensed sodium. Not chromatic metal this time.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
I didn't even see what we got from it. I need to get some stuff refining here.
Radiation protection.
Each freighter requires different elements. Alright. Well, I should have checked first then. Still refine what we got. The fuel in. Dense carbon.
Recharge.
Start cleaning up that stack of copper.
Technology prepared.
Airship launch fuel. Ooh, I need more raw sodium, not processed.
Technology recharge.
Hey, we can do this now. We've got an advanced mining. Wrong one. Mining beam. Now an advanced mining beam. Because that very friendly alien gave us an upgrade for our multi-tool. Heck yeah. Oh, that was sodium nitrate. We need raw sodium, like from a plant. I'm stuck in a weird jungle. Is that a cave entrance? Oh. Hey, outsider. How you doing? Well, now we're supposed to visit the space station for the main quest, huh? Well, we will be going back there. Ideally, I'd like to go back there with the teleporter. But we could fly back there.
Technology recharge.
Oh, there's a sentinel watching. Bad juju, bad juju. Away.
Radiation protection falling.
Sodium, cool. Needed that. More. Actual ferrite dust. What was the other material it wanted? Or was it carbon, condensed carbon for the pods here? Need more attention. I'm sorry. That's, yeah, sometimes the next day isn't. Sometimes you'd rather just stay where we are, huh? Gemster, not a whole lot. I'm reconstructing things. We're able to use our advanced mining laser now. I can finally, we're starting to open up the pods here. And I just had to get some materials. I'm just overwhelmed at each turn by all the things I have to ignore because there's too much stuff. Can't do it all. What was the pod we were working on? Might have been that one. Marker floating. And where did I leave my crafting? Left a portable refiner somewhere. Damn, this is not the one we were working on. It's kind of stressful. I'm just losing track of, there's so many waypoints. I don't think I've ever been so overwhelmed by waypoints in a game. And that's saying something. It is easy to get overwhelmed by waypoints. It's easy for me to get overwhelmed by waypoints. Somewhere I left a portable refiner. Hopefully we can find it again. Oh, I already dug this one out from over here, huh? Yeah, yeah. Okay, sodium and condensed carbon. Or unstable gel. That's the rumor. That is the rumor. Trying to learn the game. It's very, very dense. Or I'm very dense. Maybe both.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection falling.
Whoa, what's red? What species we haven't seen? Maybe a creature that only comes out at night? Mostly? Is it a cave or is it, are they on the other side of the rock? Shit, that's a cave. I don't want to just jump down in here, but where were the reds I saw? They're down in there, aren't they?
Radiation protection falling.
There's only one more species we haven't found here yet.
Technology recharge.
Humming eggs. All right, we got a cave. Cobalt, it's here. Yes, the red stuff is stuff you haven't scanned yet. I just need to get into the ship and take a break. Where's this cargo pod? If we can finish up the cargo pods at this site. Oops.
Technology prepared. Units received.
7K.
Extreme night radiation detected.
Can anyone think of a way for me to find what it can't be too far. I stupidly dropped a portable refiner somewhere around this site, and I can't find it. Is there an icon? Should there be an icon for it? Lost and all the others? How close can I get to this thing? Jet out of here really fast.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Should be pretty close to your ship, and no, there's no icon.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection.
More unstable gel. Stay pretty close to the ship, but was it really? I'm not sure where I placed it. Tech modules. Portable refiner. There is an icon. There it is. Green, at least with the visor scanner. Stop. Stop. What did you see? Stop. Stop on a Twitch lag. You're gonna need more than stop. What's stop for? Okay, let me just look here for a minute. Where were we? Attic metal, bunch of copper. Let's. Log says we're good on this, so yeah, I'm gonna go put this over by the ship. How much can we get out of that fuel? I guess we should swap it. Alright, so we're short on carbon, but easy to replace. Our messy stacks here at the bottom. Corvax casing. Oh, yep, okay. Max casing. Corvax relic. Dihydrogen belly. Process. cobalt. We need more cobalt, and there was that cave system nearby. All right, now those tech modules. Let's see. All tech. Use that then. Transfer items. Airship. Install. Choose slot and install tech. I don't want to put it here, I want to put it there. So, move over here. Install tech. Doesn't show up here. How come that doesn't show up on the tech screen? Move and stack. Move to other inventories. Oh, can I not place item in tech slot? Right, okay, fine. Then how do I install it into the tech slot? Okay, I'm just going to leave it there for now. I don't know how to install that. You need to hit X to install them, then move it to the tech screen. Okay, thank you. Sweet. Shield strength, 20%. Extremely powerful. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All these weird little stacks. We want to work on cobalt. Gonna need more carbon, process it, process that ferrite dust, or carry it around.
Radiation protection falling.
Clean it up before we go running off somewhere. For now. Miner, we got our pure ferrite. I am carrying the signal booster. Stuff. Alright, my brain's melted. I'm gonna take 5. Since we've gone an hour past the time I was supposed to take a break. I'm just gonna take 5 and then we'll go another hour or so. Something like that. melting. I'm melting. I'm melting. See you all in a few.